You're loading up the truck before first light for deer season, or you're at the range with your kid blasting steel plates till the ammo runs dry, or maybe you're patrolling your back 40 because coyotes hit the livestock again last night. In all those real moments, the AR-15 America's so-called rifle sits in the safe more often than not. Here's the raw truth hitting gun owners across the country in 2025 while the AR gets endless hype online. Millions are choosing different rifles that match their actual needs way better. Ranchers want something that doesn't scream tactical when neighbors see it in the rack. Hunters demand pinpoint accuracy for that 400-yard ethical shot. Plinkers and families crave cheap, endless fun without burning through expensive centerfire rounds. Budget-conscious folks need reliability that laughs at neglect. What's on the line? Picking the wrong rifle means blowing money on trends instead of gear that gets used, protects your family, puts food on the table, and feels right in your hands without the politics or maintenance headaches. I've watched this shift firsthand through sales numbers, range talks, and forum threads. Real Americans are voting with their wallets. Today, I'm laying out the 5 rifles they're grabbing instead of another AR ranked by how completely they're dominating everyday use in 2025. Stick around. This could change what you reach for next time you open the safe. It starts with the rifle that quietly became the king of low-profile semi-autos, the Ruger Mini 14. I remember the day I swapped my AR for one on a muddy hog hunt in Oklahoma. The difference was night and day. This gun earned its place because in states with heavy restrictions, or just among folks who want to blend in, it's flying off shelves while ARs collect dust under extra scrutiny. Built as a gas-operated semi-auto in 5.56 NATO or 223 Remington, it runs an 18.5-inch barrel, most times adjustable iron sights and standard 20-round mags, all in a ranch rifle package weighing around 6.7 pounds with that classic wood or synthetic stock. Out in the real world, it cycles dirty steel case ammo through rain and grit without hiccups, swings quick for follow-up shots on running pigs or varmints, stays balanced for hours of carry, but the accuracy hovers around 2 to 3 MOA, which is plenty for practical ranges under 300 yards. It's not a precision sniper, but it never quits when conditions suck. Compared to an AR's endless mod potential, the Mini 14 trades rails for simplicity and that non-threatening farm gun look that dodges awkward questions or legal headaches in blue areas. Grab it if reliability without flash is your priority pass if you live for customization. Bottom line, if your AR makes you feel like you're auditioning for a tactical team just to grab coffee at the diner, the Mini 14 lets you stay under the radar while still having semi-auto firepower that works every time. America's subtle workhorse that proves you don't need black and tactical to get it done. Next up, the platform that's bringing back that old-school American soul and hitting harder than ever, the Marlin 1895 lever action. I felt it the moment I worked the lever on a brushy Texas lease chasing big boars. The smooth action and thump of 4570 made the AR feel like a toy by comparison. Levers like this surged to the top of wish lists in 2025 because hunters and property defenders crave raw power, instant follow-ups, and that heritage vibe without magazine bans or pistol grip drama. Chambered in hard-hitting rounds like 4570 Government, it packs an 18.5 to 22-inch barrel tubular magazine with 4 to 6 rounds walnut or laminate stock, tipping around 7 to 8 pounds for easy shouldering in thick stuff. In thick cover or on the move, that lever throw lets you dump accurate shots fast, with devastating energy that drops elk or bears clean shrugs off mud and abuse better than finicky gas systems. Though heavy recoil reminds you it's serious medicine, and capacity stays low compared to 30-round mags. Perfect for ethical 1- or 2-shot kills where overkill isn't needed. Against the AR's high-volume spray, this one's a precision hammer for big game or dangerous animals in brush country. I'd pick it every time for woods hunting or ranch defense in restrictive states where features matter less than function. Truth is, if the AR feels like modern plastic warfare, the Marlin 1895 channels cowboys who got the job done with iron and grit. Nothing beats the grin when that lever cycles and steel rings or game hits the dirt. Shifting to the unbreakable choice for guys who want a rifle that runs when everything else quits, the Zastava PAP M70 AK platform. The first time I ran one suppressed through a dusty range day dumping cheap wolf ammo without a single stoppage. I knew why more Americans are turning to AKs over finicky ARs. It climbed the ranks hard in 2025 because real-world feedback from forums to gun broker trends shows shooters fed up with AR gas systems clogging or parts wearing out prefer something built like a brick. This stamped receiver, AK and 7.62 by 39 rocks, a 16.3-inch chrome-lined barrel wood furniture for that classic feel, a side rail for optics, if you want 30-round mags weighing about 7.9 pounds with solid balance. Practically, it devours corrosive surplus or bargain bin steel case without cleaning for hundreds of rounds. Drives through light brush or barriers with better penetration than 5.56, stays reliable in extreme cold or heat. But the heavier recoil and basic iron sights take getting used to. If you're AR trained, still fewer parts mean fewer failures overall. Versus the AR's lighter touch and modularity, the AK wins pure toughness for high-volume shooting, rural defense, or scenarios where maintenance might be spotty. Recommend it if you value runs dirty forever over ergonomic skip if you need sub-MOA groups. Snark time while AR owners obsess over cleaning kits and upgrades. AK guys just hose it off and keep shooting. It's the rifle that mocks fragility and keeps delivering when the chips are down. Now the momentum builds toward the rifles that own the heart of American shooting the hunting world. The Tikka T3x bolt action stands tall here, and I still smile thinking about dropping a big mule deer 380 yards on a Wyoming ridge with one perfect trigger pull. This finished gem dominates 2025 hunting sales lists from backfire to field and stream, because ethical hunters know semi-autos can't match sub-MOA out-of-the-box accuracy for long-range game without wasting meat. Offered in favorites like 6.5 Creedmoor 308 Win or 7mm PRC, it features a cold hammer forged barrel, 20 to 24 inches crisp, adjustable trigger, breaking around 2 to 4 pounds synthetic stock with aluminum bedding, keeping weight under 7 pounds for mountain carry. On the mountain or in open plains, it groups under an inch at 100 yards. Stock cycles flawlessly in freezing wind or rain. Demands minimal upkeep beyond basic oil, though bolt throw slows rapid follow-ups compared to semis ideal, where one ethical shot defines success over volume. Stacked against ARs tuned for defense or plinking bolts like the Tikka rule. Big game seasons, where precision trumps rate of fire. Perfect for serious hunters chasing elk deer or pronghorn, less ideal for casual range days. Here's the kicker. If you're popping prairie dogs with an AR and thinking that's hunting, this Tikka quietly reminds you what real field performance feels like. Silent, surgical, and no excuses when that buck steps out. And claiming the undisputed top spot, the rifle that's been America's sweetheart for decades and still outsells everything else combined in 2025, the Ruger 10-22. I got hooked years ago taking my nephew squirrel hunting. The grin on his face after ringing steel all afternoon for pocket change sealed it forever. It holds number one because sales data from Ronin's Grips gun broker Impact Guns and Pew Pew Tactical confirm it's the single most popular rifle, period. Families, new shooters, trainers, and plinkers all choose it over expensive centerfires. Semi-auto and 22 long rifle, 18.5-inch barrel standard rotary 10-round mag. Easy upgrades to 25-plus endless aftermarket from takedown to precision chassis. Ultralight at 4.5 to 5 pounds. In everyday use, it shoots thousands of rounds for pennies. With zero recoil, teaches fundamentals perfectly to kids or beginners. Suppresses quietly for backyard fun handles, small game, or varmints effortlessly. But the rimfire power limits serious defense or big game, versatile as hell, with parts turning it into anything you dream. Over the AR's higher cost per trigger pull and intensity, this is the ultimate skill builder and joy machine. Grab one if you want endless shooting without bankruptcy. Avoid only if centerfire punch is non-negotiable. Final punch. AR guys post pics of their builds, but 10-22 owners are actually out shooting cheap addictive and the rifle every safe secretly loves most. So wrap it up, these 5. The Mini 14 for stealthy semis. Marlin, 1895 for lever power Zastava, AK for unbreakable toughness. Tikka T3x for hunting precision, and Ruger 10-22 for unbeatable fun show. Why huge chunks of Americans skip the AR-15 hype for rifles that fit real life better in 2025. The AR is great for what it does, but it's not the only answer anymore. Which one's calling your name? Drop it in the comments. Smash like if this hit home, subscribe for more no BS breakdowns, and maybe queue up my ammo guide next. Train often, stay safe, and keep that safe door swinging. See you at the next one.